It's happening, boys. It's happening just as we foretold, just as the prophecies foretold. The Game Pass migration has begun. Yes, Diablo yesterday announced that they are going to Game Pass. That's right. That's right. Game Pass is taking over, and all of our beloved Blizzard games are heading over there, and I sure hope that it happens. So get ready, because hell is coming to PC Game Pass. That's right, officially revealed during an episode of the official Xbox podcast yesterday. Diablo 4 will debut on PC Game Pass on March 28th. Players will be able to journey into Sanctuary even more easily than before, which was already announced back in 2022. While Diablo 4 is the first Activision Blizzard King game title to debut on PC Game Pass, Sarah Brand, president of Xbox, had this to say regarding other titles. And I'm going to let the quote play out here. This is directly from the Xbox Game Pass event, or the Xbox podcast event yesterday. And this is what she had to say when she talked about Blizzard games coming to Game Pass.
All of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super excited to share today. And it's all part of our commitment to make the Xbox experience and the games that we build as widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday.
Yeah, so she gets into hardware a little bit, talks a little bit about other things. But here's the thing. She's very open, and so is the rest of the Xbox console here, about different Blizzard games coming to Game Pass, and their plans for Game Pass in the future. They just want to see it grow. Now, she dropped a number there that's pretty crazy. 34 million. This was the number they announced yesterday. 34 million subscribers on Game Pass. Could you imagine what that would do for the WoW community? Adding, all of a sudden, giving 34 million people access. Oh my God, Tweak, 100,000 bits, Jesus. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Tweak coming to Game Pass. Damn. Yeah, so 34 million people would suddenly be able to play World of Warcraft. When we talk about adding World of Warcraft to Game Pass, that's what people imagine. They essentially imagine their Game Pass sub covering what would be a WoW sub, and the WoW sub essentially disappearing. So you'd be giving, not everybody, but 34 million people access to it. Now, there's two different versions of Game Pass. There's the console version, there's the PC version, and then there's like the combo version, which I currently have, where you get both. And it's not quite sure how many of these 34 million people have the PC version or the both-way version. So not all 34 million would be able to access World of Warcraft because they don't have a PC necessarily. Or would they? Because Microsoft also talked about their future plans for Game Pass and what it might mean for gaming in general. Let's dig into this real quick. Now, this is a long article. I'm not going to read all of it. But I do want to talk about this paragraph real quick and why it's so important when it comes to World of Warcraft and everything else coming to Blizzard, and what you get a little, delve into what Microsoft is thinking Game Pass is going to eventually become. Bringing more games to mobile platforms, however, requires new capabilities. The expertise that the teams at Activision Blizzard bring in developing games for mobile platforms will help us understand how to create games that engage players around the world. In addition, we hope that players will be eager to play traditional console games from Activision Blizzard on other platforms via our cloud game streaming technology. Boys, this is what it's all about. This is the end game. This is what, think of these are the Infinity Stones, right? Slowly but surely, Microsoft has been assembling their Infinity Gauntlet, right? They got their Minecraft. They took on Activision Blizzard. They've been buying up all these little game studios. It's for one thing and one thing only. And that is to eventually create a Game Pass cloud gaming service that lets you play Game Pass games anywhere, anytime. And the thing is, that interview continued on, and I could have played more of that clip, where they talk about how they're planning on bringing, future technologies that'll blow your mind in terms of their capabilities and things. I really think what Microsoft's trying to do is basically say, this is Game Pass, PC, console, whatever it is, you can cloud game this shit anywhere. You want to play your PC games on a console, you want to play your PC games on your phone, you want to play your PC games on your tablet in the bathroom. You're going to be able to do it. And that's yeah, Mr. Streamer with 7 monitors getting all the Game Passes. Look, here's the thing. Game Pass is a great value. You can't deny it. It really is. And it's only getting better. And we knew when they acquired Activision Blizzard King that these games were eventually going to end up on Game Pass. World of Warcraft is the one, the special one, you know, the fabled one that the prophecies foretold of, right? The one that still holds a subscription on its own. And that's why it's special. And that's why it might be the last holdout, the last bastion that doesn't migrate over to Game Pass, but I feel like it's the end game for it. And just imagine, like I said, right now estimates say that World of Warcraft's around 4 million subs. We got 34 million Game Pass holders. I mean, talk about a boom to the game if this game suddenly became available to those 34 million people. And again, it's not all PC people, I get it. But a lot of those 34 million people, I'm sure, do have PCs. And it would essentially, at a minimum, double the player base for World of Warcraft overnight if it eventually made that migration over. To me, this is what it's all about. Again, they go on to say this promises to open up mobile gaming, create new distribution opportunities for game developers outside of mobile app stores, while delivering compelling and immersive experiences for players by using the power of the cloud. And we can extend the joy of playing to devices that people already own, including smart TVs and laptops. So yeah, that kid whose parents will only get him, a shitty little, Intel graphics card laptop for his schooling because they don't want him to game. Well, guess what, parents? You're fucked because your son, your daughter, your kid is going to be able to game over the cloud. He's not going to need a graphics card. It's not going to matter. And maybe he'll be able to play World of Warcraft. Yeah, so this is a big change. It's a bigger announcement, I think, than people think it might be. Again, Diablo 4, the first of many. I think eventually all these games are going to make their way over to Game Pass. And when World of Warcraft does, damn, that next day is going to be wild in the game, let me tell you.